Welcome, Soulmates family. As you know, or may not know, my name is Paris, and we are going to start diving into my sneaker collection. So, since we don't have a lot of time to show all of them in one segment or one show, we'll just do 5. We'll start off with 5. All right. So, my favorite series that I own would be the off-white ones. I want to show you my favorite of the 3, which is the Chicago. Now that might change when the canary yellow comes out, but as of right now, it's not out yet. This is the original collection called the 10. Now here in the store we have all 10, except the 97, and we have the foam. Yeah, I think the 97 is the only one that we don't have, and the Air Force. We sold those, but all the rest of them we have. As far as personals, this is my personal. Yes, I have worn it. I love it. This is, you know, it doesn't get much better than this. This is a Chicago 1. It's classic. Black, white, and red. So when these dropped, it was a raffle going on at a sneaker store called Bait that's right down the street from us in Capitol Hill, and you can only sign up for one, I think it was. And so of course I went for one of the most popular ones and didn't get anything. So, but this is my favorite. I also like the Vapor Max. That is probably my second favorite of the 10 collection. The all black one with the black bottom. I really like that one as well. But this is definitely best. I like the mesh material that's on the toe box and on the side panel. I love what they did with that. As far as the back, it's more like a canvas material, as we all know. The silhouette is still classic. You can't really beat Chicago's. You can't beat a Bread. You know, the shoes that he played in is always going to be iconic. But Virgil, he did his thing on this one. You know, the flaps that open up, 85 on the inside. You know, I mean, it's so much good detail that he put into this sneaker. With the swoosh not being connected, and it's sewn on in the back and the front, and it's glued on in the back as well. This is definitely one of my favorites. We got air on the sole. We didn't really see that too often. And of course, Nike originated in Beaverton. Question: why does Oregon have the best uniforms when it's really Beaverton that Nike originated in, or was founded in Beaverton? Why they show favoritism to the Oregon Ducks? Shouldn't the Beavers have the best uniforms and the best shoes and the best releases? Nevertheless, keep it up. I love it. I love Oregon's helmets. I love their shoes. I love their outfits. I love everything they get. It's really dope. I wish they would show some love towards UW, but I guess since they didn't, they went with Adidas. But they got Ultra Boost, which sucks. But yeah, so now I'm going to move on to my next of the 2. Which one do you think it is? Which is the second best of all of them? That's right. It's the Euro release. EU. European Union is what that stands for. But Europe. It's just short for Europe if you want. This is one that's really hard to get. I've come across more Chicago's than I have these, to be honest with you. Even though the Chicago's sell and go for a lot more. I finally got my size in this one. Had to wear it. I love it. It's really dope. I love the colorway. It's like a whitish blue. It has a blue tint. The leather has a bluish tint to it. The foam has a bluish tint to it, and the laces have a bluish tint to it. So I think they did a really good job. But again, my favorite 10 collection, or my favorite of the Off-White collection is definitely the first one. I think the Off-White 10 is pretty dope. They do have a new one coming out. I like that press though. The burgundy with the pale sole, that looks pretty dope. So I want to see what that looks like in hand before I say, it's better than the first one. But I would automatically put it above the first and the second release. I mean the second and the third release. The all black one and then the white one. Yeah, I'm putting it definitely above those. Depending on the color and how it's set up, it might even be better than the first one. It's hard to say. But of course the yellowing comes from, aging. This foam, it kind of ages. Some people don't like it, but I like it. It's like when your shoes age over time. When you get a Jordan 85 or a Jordan 1995, it gives that shoe character. To me, it seems like they're speeding up the process on the character for these. So I really like it. And that sets it apart from that's one of the things that set it apart from the fake ones. Now, there are still some of the new ones that stay fresh if you store it right, or if you're lucky. Some of it's just luck. But, again, it's not a guarantee. I like the aging. I like to wear my shoes. I've worn these. I've worn them all. But, yeah, this is my second favorite, and it's probably, for me, the hardest one to get out of all of them. Tell me what you think. Which ones are your favorites? Jordan 1s are definitely popping right now, so a lot of people are going for Jordan 1s, but I've been on Jordan 1s since they came out. I always thought growing up in middle school and high school, my favorite numbers were the 3s, 4s, and 5s, and then the 11s and 12s, right? And then some 13s, but typically the 3 through 5s and 11s and 12s. Those were my favorite numbers, right? But as I grew up, matter of fact, it wasn't until I moved into this location, Soulmates in Capitol Hill, 1422 Harvard Avenue, Seattle, Washington, 98122. When I moved inside this location, and I had to move all my shoes and shoes that I was selling, I realized then that I had way more Jordan 1s than any other shoe. I had probably 3 times as many as Jordan 1s, every color. I mean, multiple pairs of black toes, multiple pairs of breads, multiple pairs, all in my size. This wasn't even other sizes. And so then I started paying attention, like, man, I kind of like 1s more than I thought. And so then I just intentionally, instead of it being, subliminal or instead of it being subconscious, I made a conscious effort to really pay attention to what I liked about them. So, I noticed that they drop more colorways. Typically a Jordan 1 is more, people gravitate to that more. You could wear a suit with it, you could dress it up, you could dress it down, shorts, pants, whatever. You can really do anything. It's like the classic for Jordan brand. The Air Force One is the classic for Nikes, in my opinion. And I think the Jordan 1 is the classic for Jordans. You really gotta put a horrible colorway to it for it to really mess up a Jordan 1. You know what I mean? Like, you really gotta blow it to really mess up a Jordan 1. But even still, even if you do, it's like, even if there's Jordan 1s that came out over the course of years that set in the malls and set in stores and didn't really sell out. And then a year later, 2 years later, they're going for $800. Like the Rookie of the Year, they had those sitting on shelves for a month. I remember walking in a month after they dropped, and they only had a size 12 left. I didn't buy it, but I wish I would have. But I wanted my size. Didn't buy that. The All-Star ones, the Chameleons, when those dropped, they were sitting online and in stores. I mean, Bloodlines. You could go on. There's a lot. The Phantoms. There's a lot of ones that drop, and then, after some time goes by, everybody wants them. So a Jordan 1 is just typically, it's going to be gravitated to eventually. And so these are some of my favorites. again, I wear all my shoes. I get it. People, like to keep theirs dead stock and certain things like that. And it's hard for me to unds a shoe. It is. I'd rather I'd rather buy, if a Kaws, let's say a Kaws 4. You take a Kaws 4. Let's say they're going for $3,000. I'd rather buy a $2,000 used Kaws shoe and wear it than to unds a Mocha, which is probably only going for $500. Right? And that's just my mindset. I'm looking for a used pair. I don't want to unds a new pair. I just don't. But then I have friends who will not buy used shoes. They only buy them new and they unds them. So what are you? Let us know in the comments. Are you somebody who has to have a brand new shoe and you got to be the first one to break it in? Or do you buy them used? Do you buy one to rock and one to stock? Let us know what you think. Tell us how you feel about the shoes. Another one of my favorites that I like to wear is the Yeezy 1. I have both this and the Solar. But sometimes I go back and forth between the two on which one's better. The Blink, which is this, or the Solar. I go back and forth. I haven't really, made up my mind indefinitely. But at times, more often than not, I kind of lean towards the Solar. And it kind of has, it almost looks like the Marty McFly with the back. The color is still the same, of course. But I don't know. It's just, it got, I just like it a little bit more than this one. But then at times I go back to this one, like, oh man, this one's better. So it's hard. It's hard for me. But again, spend a good amount of money on these used to wear them. And then I also have another pair. Can you pass me the Solars over there?
I know which ones those are.
They're eye level. No, they look just like this. do not. This guy. Thanks. Appreciate it. So, the mesh on the toe box is a little different than almost like the vinyl type of nylon material that you're getting on this one. The suedes are totally different. Even the pink. The Solar Red and the pink that you're going to get. Right? It's different. The glow in the dark sole. Classic. Yeezy did his thing on that. Stripes. He was huge for stripes. He was huge for having the Velcro. What are these called?
Velcro?
Straps. I said stripes. Straps. The Velcro straps. He was huge for having the Velcro straps. I kind of like how he put the Y on them on these ones a little bit better than this one. This one has Nike on it. This one has the Y on it. And so it has that print as well all over the shoe for the leather. That kind of makes me gravitate to it a little bit more. But also this one has like what's the alligator or snakeskin or something? I forgot what type of material this is. I really like that as well. Close attention to detail. The type of suede that's on this right here, man, it's amazing. The imprint on the insole, when you pull the insole out, that's dope. But one thing's for sure, one's used, one's DS. Wearing this, never gonna unds this. Never in my life. And I'm probably not gonna just get rid of it that easy. I'm not. You would have to.
How much? What's the number?
They're selling like around $7,000-$8,000 in that range. They're probably listed at prices of, 8 to 10.
So someone came up to you and said, "Here's 8."
I don't know. Maybe I might do it. Maybe, but I'd be
Someone
more.
should come in and try that.
Right. No. Right.
Tempt you with it.
Right. I've had somebody offer me. I had a reseller offer me $6,500, and I turned him down with the quickness.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I turned him down with the quickness. And I've had a lot of lowball offers that's even lower than that. But I've had a pretty famous reseller offer me $6,500, and I turned him down. But yeah, I think these are two of my favorites. for sure. Yeezy did his thing. I have a lot of Yeezy collections. I have the Yeezy Bapesta. Can you pass me the Yeezy Bapesta? And then the 2 Louis Vuitton Yeezys. So, this is the Yeezy Bapesta. This is actually his first collab that I know of, right? I think there was a collab before this, but I can't remember what shoe it was. But this was actually his first collab that he took a Bapesta and this was for the College Dropout release in 2003 or 2005, whenever his album came out. Yeah, it was pretty dope. It was pretty dope. After this release, then he went to Louis Vuitton and designed for Louis Vuitton. So let me see those now. And then he dropped these again. Well, now I did buy these and unds them. No, this is the new one. Okay, so this is the new one. I have a new one, but I also have a used one of these as well. I have a used one of these, and no, I don't have a new one. But I bought these and I unds them because I bought them at the Louis Vuitton store when they dropped. I got them for retail, even though retail was for like $1,200 or something like that. But yeah, I bought these when they dropped. I was at the Louis Vuitton store buying some backpacks and duffels and stuff. And so they pulled these out. And I paid for 2 of them. But the Louis Vuitton store in Seattle doesn't keep store. They don't keep the shoes in store. So what I had to do was pay for it. They put the money on a gift card, shipped it to the store that had them, and then charged the shoes and then shipped the shoes to the Louis Vuitton store in Seattle, and I went to go pick them up. Now, I paid for 2 of them, but told them that I wanted all colors. But they didn't show me these, or they had a brochure or a magazine, right, where they showed the Louis Vuitton releases. I said I wanted all of them, and I paid for 2 of them. I wish I wouldn't even bought a backpack or a duffel, but the only reason they even brung these up is because I spent so much money that day. So I ended up paying for these 2, told them to ship all of them. I wanted all of them. When they told me to come pick up the shoes, they only had 2. They said I wouldn't even got these if I didn't pay for them that day. So I got these. I just lucked up on these. But yeah, I have 2 of these. One's brand new, one's used, and this one's used. This is one of my favorite Kanye West. I wear this one. I probably wore this like maybe 10 to 20 times. But it's so durable and so sturdy. Like, I've wore these to concerts and clubs and all type of stuff back when I was, partying. But I don't do that anymore. I'm just not into it. I'm not. But this shoe is really sturdy. This is the original Red October. I like these so much. I like these better than the Red Octobers. I'm just keeping it 100 with you. The quality of this shoe is insane. The leather, the patent leather, just everything. This shoe, I've put in some work, and I'm telling you, I wore these for hours every time I wore them, and they still look really, really good condition. When somebody beats a pair of these, you got to do them bad. You got to do them really bad. I wore these a lot. No star loss, no heel drag, no any of that. But they're used, man. Used. So that is it for my Yeezy collection for now. These are my favorite of all the Yeezys. Those are my favorites. I don't have the Red Octobers. If you have the Red Octobers in a size 11, hit me up. I will buy DS, but I prefer used because it's personals. Now, this is another shoe that I just acquired recently. I had a pair, I sold it, regretted it, bought it back. Again, I have multiple pairs of these. One's new, one's used. One for rocking, one for stocking. But I mean, this costs $4, man. This is dope. This is really dope. Kaws, the Kaws brand started from. It used to be called Original Fake. So if you have any Original Fake clothing or shirts or collaborations or anything, it's pretty valuable. I actually have a backpack, duffel, and shoulder bag that came out in Daikayama, right? There's a Supreme store that opened up in Tokyo, in Daikayama, Tokyo, and it opened in 1998, I believe. And so for the 10-year anniversary, they dropped this red backpack, duffel, and shoulder strap bag where there was only 100 pieces total. Now, I don't know if it was 100 of each or if it was 100 total, right? But there was only 100 pieces, and it was only in Daikayama, Tokyo. That was the only place it was released. And they did a Kaws collaboration with Bendy and Kate Moss on the t-shirt. One of my favorite t-shirts. But I just really I bring that up because I like the Kaws brand and where they have came from. From original fakes to Kaws to, merging with Murakami to create Kaws figures. Soulmates. All right, bye. Somebody with an off-white 5. He said he has an off-white fire red. All right, so yeah, back to what I was saying. As you can see, we wear our shoes. Travis Scott 4. I have a lot
do
of...
that again?
Huh?
Do that again.
So as you can see, we wear our shoes. Travis Scott 4s. Which I like. I like the Travis Scott series. I have the 6s, the 1s, the highs and lows, the 4s. I think that's it. I don't have the SB. Well, not in my size personally. We have them in store, but not personal. I don't have I have a pair of the Air Forces, the Sails, not the all white pair. That's personal. What else? I think that's it. I don't have the 270s. I don't really care for them that much. Yeah, I think that's it. But yeah, back to this Kaws 4. I like where Kaws has came from, and I love where they're headed. They end up merging with Murakami, and the gentleman that owns Kaws, he was started off as a painter and ended up gravitating into doing more and desiring to do more. And all the companies that were trying to partner with him was really trying to limit him and prevent him from having 100% creative control. But when him and Murakami came together, the owner of Murakami was like, yeah, we'll give you creative control to do whatever you want. We're not going to limit you. And so, ever since, they've been doing the Kaws figures, and they're amazing. I love them. I really do. So far, only the gray and the black pairs out, but they are coming out with another colorway to match they have 3 different colors primarily. It's the gray, the black, and then that brownish, greenish, tannish kind of colorway. And so they're supposed to come out with another Kaws 4 to match that colorway. So far, the gray one is my favorite. But to be honest with you, I kind of like the brown, tan, green colorways more than I like the gray. So that 4 might be my favorite depending on how they do it. But for sure, this is my favorite out of both of them. I do not have a black pair. If anybody has a size 11 black used, I'll take it for personals. And if you have any size for sale, it doesn't matter. As long as it's reasonable price, we'll definitely take it. But I have a lot more. Yeah, we'll continue to pull out some more shoes and show you guys. Actually, matter of fact, can you pass me the green SB below, next shelf down? This is another personal shoe. I really like this one. This is one of my favorites. I mean, I think the color, I love forest green. So when I was growing up, my grandma always had forest green like toasters, and she just had a forest green kitchen set. So that became like my favorite color. So she had utensils, she had coffee mugs, blender, the whole setup. She had a whole forest green, so I really loved that color green. Of course, those color greens all over Seattle were the evergreen state, so I love the colors of the trees and that you can see, especially when you're taking off an airplane or driving down the road, whatever it is. You can really see a lot of different beauty and colors. This is the Cheech and Chong. This is personal, even though it's not my size. I bought this in hopes to get one in trade. Underneath it looks like after these white parts come off, right? It's green underneath. It's supposed to look like a smoked joint. So I just really like this shoe, and it really does look like a joint once you tear it away. It really does. It really does. But I just like the creativity behind the shoe. This is a 9.5, but again, it's DS. I would never un-DS it, and I don't fit it. So whatever. Then this is another 9.5. The Supreme Dunk, used slightly, barely, very, very barely. 100% stars. No, little heel drag. It has a little heel drag. It does. So I would consider this a 9 out of 10. Most people would probably list this as pass SDS or 9.5 out of 10. But I'm kind of hard on shoes, so I would list this as a 9 out of 10. But yeah, this is really good condition. These go for a lot of money, and plus the lows are coming out this year. I think they have blue, brown, red, green. Is it yellow? They have a few different colorways. But the OG high, man, this is classic. And so this is another personal that I cannot get. I cannot find an 11 in these. But as soon as this 9.5 came across, boxes in mint condition, OG all. This is another one that I had to buy in hopes like, oh man, I could trade it. I'm glad I did buy it. This size goes for a lot more than other sizes for some reason. I think I saw a size 10 going for like 5,000-6,000, and this one I think was at like 9 or 10, something like that. But yeah, this is I love the alligator or the crocodile material, the snake skin, whatever this may be. I forgot. I'm not even gonna lie to you. The stars. I mean, this is when Supreme was dope when these dropped. This collaboration was, probably the epitome of one of their collabs, to be honest with you. I don't think you could get better than this when it comes to the Nike and Supreme collab. But yeah, I think that's it for today. We'll continue to give you a sneak peek at my personal collection. Also, I want to note that you have a chance to win my personal off-white ones. We are doing a raffle on my Instagram page, on the shop's Instagram page. So head over to Soulmates206 on Instagram to read the detail. We thank you for tuning in, and for the next one, let me know what you want to see. Do you want to see more hype, or do you want to see some stuff that I got in my collection that's not really hype, I just like it? Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel, and follow us on social media. Soulmates206 on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. What is it? Yeah. And YouTube. Like and comment, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Subscribe, like, and comment. I did always. It works. All right. Peace.